So Sayadaw, we are all ready.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good
I
morning.
wish you safe and happiness. Pray to be free from all harms and disease and suffering, which we are now in. Before I start the lessons, I would like to point out that our life as a human being in the world is very much fragile and very much vulnerable. There's no point to be more arrogant, more forgetful about our life. Instead, we have to develop a deep sense of appreciation of our wonderful life, which is so precious, at the same time so temporary. Once you have this feeling of the appreciation, and you will be able to live every moment of life, every day of life in a very responsible way. The purpose of this course is only to enrich your knowledge and deepen your wisdom regarding responsible moral action and responsible mental state so that you will have a very peaceful and very wholesome state so that you can be a good human being to benefit yourself, to benefit other people, to benefit fellow human beings. In the last week's course, we have already covered some important topics. Today, in the first section for the morning, I would like to uh, recap selected sutras to study because they are essential to study for all of you. This is like a quick revision work regarding the selected sutras. After that, we are going ahead with the course schedule as like the ethic and social welfare, politics, economic, and society. So before we go to those two topics, let's start going through the selected sutras to start in Gotra Nikaya. Now I hope you have the notes already ready on your screen. Can you see the notes?
Yes, Sayadaw.
Okay, now let's scroll up a little bit, which are sutta fault. And these are two kind of consequence of bad actions, and which one have to experience in the present life and the afterlife. Then explanations are simple and easy to understand. So let's go ahead to the number 2 item from the book of 2 Ingotranika, Tapaniya Sutta. The actions causing torments. And what are they? Number 1, 3 bodily action. And number 2, 4 um, bhave misconduct or 4 bad bhave, 4 bad speech. 3 bad mental states. 3 bad mental states, excessive greed and aversion and wrong views. Okay, now let's go to the item 3, Atapaniya Sutta. 4, these not causing torment. The action not causing torment are opposite of those misconducts. So very simple, easy to remember. Now let's go to the 4, Karna 7 dark, page number 143 in translation book. The dark force for impurity. Even though the dark force and impurity translation, actually it is the dark force that uh, that make human behavior impure. So this is called the dark force for impurity. Moral shamelessness in doing moral acts. In Pali, it's called ahirika. Ah means without. Hirika means shame. Without moral shame. And number two, fearlessness or recklessness on the consequence of doing immoral acts. This is also very simple. Okay, now please go. Let's go ahead to five. Sukha. Sukha means the bright. The brights which make human behavior more distinctive and more pure. They are number one, moral shame, and number two, moral fear. These two are very important. These two are very important force which make human behavior distinctive from the animal world. And Sriya Sutta, the behavior. This is a already simple. You can understand this very simple because it is already explained. Three Asuda, nine behavior, two major moral force, which keep human beings always distinguished from the ways of animal world. Okay, now let's go to number six, Adikarana Vaga Bala Sutta. This clearly mentions by the Buddha about the power of the reflection, the power of the training of the mind. The power of reflection is thinking of oneself, criticizing oneself, so that one can improve one's character. And this is the first power of reflection. And this is number one. And number two, the power of mental development is the mental training. These two forces have transformative power to remove bad conduct and improve one's conduct and actions in life. So very simple. Now let's go ahead to item number 7, Nirya Saga Sutta. Nirya means hell. Saga means heaven. In Buddhist texts, heaven and hell, like in other religions, uh, it's mentioned the concept of hell and the concept of heaven, but it's very difficult and different from the hell and heaven of other religion. In Buddhism, heaven is for every good guy, good person, good living being. Hell is for bad guy, bad people. You can see by studying this short explanation, the way to hell and heaven. This is a translation. In explanation, note one, the reason for going down to hell is unjust act, adamatriya, crooked and unfair acts, wismatriya. It's very simple. And number two, the reason for going to heaven are the righteous act, dhammatriya, and just wholesome action. Very simple. But it needs a little bit explanation. What are crooked and unfair act, and what are righteous and just wholesome action? You have already learned this. 10 misconduct and 10 good conducts. These are explanation. Now let's go ahead to the number 8, Ananda Sutta. Ananda Sutta, things which must not be done and which should be done. The action which suddenly must not be done. No, very simple and easy because you already have the notes. So very simple. Okay, let's go to the item number 9. Next page. Akusala and Kusala Sutta. Please go to the scroll. Okay. The 19, the capacity to remove sin and develop virtue. In Buddhist teaching, sin is not a permanent stigma. You can remove it because it is a state, temporary state that used to happen in the mind and also in the action. Once you can train your mind and improve your action, and the sin will be reduced, and there will be less and less incidents of sin. In the same way, virtue is also can be cultivated and can be nurtured, can be grown, like the beautiful flowers in your home, in your garden. So sin and virtues are very simple in Buddhist teaching. It's very simple. So let's go Let's go to the item number 10. Item number 10, Sanimeda Sutta. Can you hear me, Corey? 10, item number 10, Sanimeda Vaga, 7786. Both same, but you have their basics and cause. This sutta explains the originating cause of sin and virtue. Now you have the notes in front of you. The reasons for sin or the cause of sin are greed, aversion, and ignorance. So these three are like three major gang leaders of a big group of people. We have to understand what is greed, what is aversion, what's ignorance. These are English equivalent translation. Actually, greed has many form and characteristics. Aversion also has uh, different form and characteristics. Ignorance also have different form and characteristics. But I know you don't need to go into detail. You just only simply note it. Okay, now the reason of virtue or the cause for virtues are three. You already have the note: non-greed, and loving goodwill, and wisdom and knowledge. Okay, very easy. Now let's go to the Tika Nipada Ingotra Nikaya, the book of three. The book of three. Adda Vyavara Sutta. Adda Vyavara Sutta, the affliction for oneself and others. The action which can cause affliction, suffering to oneself and others. They are very simple. You have already studied these things. So no need further explanation. Now let's go ahead to item number 2, book of 3, Nidana Sutta, 34 cause of good and bad action. So you already know this. It's very easy to remember the cause of bad karmas. The cause of bad karma is greed, aversion, and ignorance. The cause of good karma, good action, are non-greed, loving goodwill, and wisdom. All good and bad action are based on these causes. Having done the action based on these causes, the result is experienced either in this very life or in the next immediate reward or in a series of subsequent rewards. These are very brief explanation which are explained in Buddhist text. But to explain them, it would be more deep and more understanding, more difficult to understand for you. But it's also very inspiring. But we don't need to go into detail. We just only learn in some small amount of notes. Okay, now the number 3, Vipatti Sambra. Three kinds of failure. Three kinds of failure and accomplishment. Actually, the word the Pali word Vipatti is uh, not failure. It is a ruin. In English, it's called ruin, ruining, and destruction. And Samra also means accomplishment and fullness. In Pali, it literal meaning is fullness, completeness. So what are three failures and three ruin? Moral ruin, mental ruin, view or belief ruin, or mental failure, moral failure, mental failure, uh, belief failure. So I want to explain you a little bit. What is moral failure? Breaking precepts, such as breaking 5 precepts, or doing either obtain misconduct. This is the moral failure, especially physical action and bhava action. Wrong bhava action, wrong physical action. These are called the moral failure. Now mental failure. Mental failure is usually three bad mental conditions. Three bad mental conditions are the root of all mental problems, such as grief, um, mental problem, mental suffering, are based on 3. But in this case, you will not understand. It needs a lot of explanation. So I want to keep it brief. If I have to explain then, it will take a lot of time because mental failure has multiple factors. And basically, 3 bad mental states are major cause, but there are also other mental contributing factors. So I want to keep it brief. Now regarding view or belief failure, wrong views, the wrong views you will learn ahead. 10 principal wrong views. Now let me explain 3 accomplishments. Moral accomplishment, what's that? It is being able to keep one's morality in daily life, such as keeping 5 moral precepts and good moral conducts. Then you have the moral accomplishment. Mental accomplishment, this is also very simple word with a deep and broader meaning. Mental accomplishment in this case is having 3 good mental states, such as anabhasa, non-covetousness, abhyavara, goodwill or loving kindness, goodwill, samadhi, right view. But this is only very brief. In order to have mental accomplishment or complete beautiful mind, you have to train it through meditation. It takes a long time effort to have mental accomplishment. So I want to keep it brief. Now let me explain view or brief accomplishment. You will learn this ahead because view accomplishment means having the right view, the right understanding, toward life, toward action, toward important things you should know in this very life. They are mostly 10 principle based right view. You will have to study later on. Okay, now let me go to the item number 4, Kamanda Sutta, 119, activities or action. And 3 failures. 1, action failure. 2, livelihood failure. 3, view failure. Okay, what is action failure? You already have the notes. Now let's go to item number 3, view failure. Next page. Next page. Holding the wrong views in 10 principles why. I have already explained in the previous week, and you now have the notes. So if you need to clarify, you can ask me later. I don't want to explain now because I want to go ahead in a hurry so that revision work can accomplish uh, so shortly. Now, let's go ahead to the 3 accomplishment in this page. 1, action accomplishment, not doing 3 bad bodily misconduct and 4 bad misconducts in daily life. And 2, livelihood accomplishment, earning right livelihood without causing harm to others by buying, selling weapons, live animal, meat, poison, intoxicant, etc. 3, view accomplishment, holding some of the right views and 10 principles by. Okay, now you can see this. Number 1, there is positive effect of charity. 2, there is a good effect of faith-based offering. 3, good effect of hospitality. 4, the consequence of good and bad action. 5, the sanctity of current life. And 6, the existence of afterlife. 7, the sacred role of a mother. And 8, the sacred role of a father. 9, there are living beings such as deity, angel, ghosts, whose occasional appearances are mostly spontaneous, accepting of the non-human being, in short. 10, holy ascetic who have attained the highest degree of spiritual progress, who live pious life, who have possessed extraordinary powers, which can see those things in this life and those beyond this life. So you have the notes, you can study and digest all these things in the way, any way you are able to do. Okay, now let's go to the item number 5. Patama and Dutiya Sosya Sutta, 3 kind of purity. This the first sutta is intended for ordinary life for bodily purity, and 2 bhava purity, 3 mental purity. So very simple, easy, no need to explanation, no need to explain. Now 3 kind of purity, and the second one, the second sutta. The second sutta exclusively intended for those following a more devoted spiritual path. 1 bodily purity, abstaining from killing, stealing, and sex, and 2 bhava purity, avoiding from 4 unwholesome bhava misconduct. 3 mental purity, making attempts to remove 5 major mental hindrances such as sensual desire, aversion, sloth and torpor, mental restlessness and compulsion, and doubt by means of meditation and by means of the spiritual training and progress. So very simple. Okay, now let's go ahead to the book of the 4, Anguttara Nikaya, Chittoka Nipada, the book of 4, the book of, okay, 1, Sanchesniya Vaga Setana Sutta, 171 volitional causes. And last week I explained you the 3 main volitional points of karma, only 3, body, speech, mind, where the karma is generated. A person's karmic energy, a karmic force is generated through one of these points, one of these modes. Now, uh, in this node, you have the 4 conditioning mode of karma in this sutta. This is I didn't explain last week. Now you can have you can see it in the note. 1, self-generated acts. Anything karma you generate, you do yourself. And 2, external factor, such as an external cause, someone or some external cause that prompt you to do something good or bad. And number 3, intentionally, consciously done acts. Number 4, unintentionally, unconsciously initiated, spontaneous acts. These are 4 conditioning modes of karma. A person always develop karma by these 4 mode of conditioning. Now let's go ahead to the next page. Next page. Okay, item number 2, Sankheda and Vitara. Sankheda means brief, short. Vitara means in detail. This is very interesting. The dark karma with the dark results. Number 2, the white karma with white results. Number 3, a mix of dark and white karma with the mixed result of dark and white. I have already explained, you have the notes now, so you just only continue reading this, and this will broaden your understanding of karma. How Buddha is so wonderful in explaining these kind of 4 different karma using idiomatic terms of the darkness and the white, and mix dark and white. Most people in the world, including myself, including all of you, usually do a mix of the dark and white. So we have a mixed result of the dark and positive and negative results. So it's very interesting. You just continue to study this note. This way you will familiarize with the teaching of the karma, and which is a very important teaching in Buddhist text. Okay, now let's go to the item number 3, Kama Vaga Sona Kayana. Okay, Kama Vaga Sona Kayana. This is very simple, and it's very similar to above. And item number 4, and this is also similar to 4 karmas as mentioned above. You don't need, I just only put in the notes so that you can study by yourself in the translation book. But once you know the first one, the first idea, it's okay. You don't need to pressure yourself. Okay, now let's go ahead. In Gotra Nikaya, Panchaka Nibbada, the book of five. The book of five, item number one, Tikandaki, Nirya Sutta. This sutta mentions a person who commits one of five immoral acts is brought down to the hell by his own acts upon his death. So this sutta explain how Buddhism teach how a person go down to the hell, how a person go up to the heaven. Buddha never bring down anyone to the hell. Buddha never push up anyone to the heaven, but he can guide the way. You will understand this very simply. Only one's action and one's conditions will lead to the hell and to the heaven. By understanding this, you will know great difference between Buddhist teaching and other religious teachings. In other religious teachings, only there's one powerful being and create everything. Maybe bad and good thing also. Good thing, bad thing. Here today we have the COVID. COVID, I don't know who created. Actually, it's only a problem caused by natural conditions. Okay, now let's go to the item number two, Upaska Vaga Vira Sutta. This is also very easy and very simple for you to understand, but it's very important to know. This sutta mentions how each of five immoral acts serve as if a person's enemy because of their ability to bring down to the hell by those acts. So our own action, especially bad action, are like the enemies, hostile foe, which can cause suffering, which can bring a lot of problem to back to ourselves. So we have to cultivate goodwill and good action. Okay, now so let's go to the item number three. Akoska Vaga Sila Sutta, virtual behavior. Virtual behavior. Five consequences of immorality. Okay, please familiarize yourself with this. Five consequences of immorality. Number one, the loss of wealth. The loss of wealth is just only direct explanation. Actually, it is a gradual, eventual consequence. Number two, having bad reputation. Three, loss of faith and respect in the community. Four, confused debt, because one is overwhelmed with the guilt and remorse. Five, bad rebirth, such as hell, etc. Okay, five benefit of morality, five consequences of keeping one's moral standards pure and strong. One, gain of wealth. This is only direct. Actually, this eventual. Slowly, one will get one's own intended goals in life. This is the most simple way to put. Number two, having good reputation. Three, earning respect in the community. Four, peaceful death. Five, good river. And very simple, easy to note. Okay, now let's turn next page. Next page. Okay, Dusrita Vaga, Pratama Dusrita Sutta, misconduct. So five negative consequences of 10 misconduct. You don't please let me encourage you. When you are running through all such kind of very wide uh, teaching of the Buddha, you don't feel pressure yourself. This is only enriching your knowledge. You don't need to pressure yourself to be able to know all of this. You just let's read through. This way you can learn very wonderful broad teaching of the Buddha regarding more ethic. Five negative consequences of 10 misconduct: self-accusation and self-blame. This is number one. Number two, being censured by the wise and saintly person. 3, bad reputation. And 4, confuse that. 5, bad river. And number 3, number 4, number 5 are very similar to the previous one. Now 5 positive consequences of 10 right conduct. 1 benefit, no self-accusation, no self-blame. And the second, being praised by the wise and saintly person. 3, good reputation. 4, peaceful and serene death. 5, good reward, such as heaven. So we're very similar, except the first 2 one. Okay, now let's go ahead to item number 5. Sekhavara Piyala, Bhikkhu Sutta, training rules, repetition series. Item number 5, training rules, repetition series. This note is very simple explanation of the text. By reading this brief note, you will know one's action will never ever distinguish or make any kind of special favor because of our possession as a monk, as a billionaire and millionaire, or just only a poor man, homeless man, the man in the street. If anyone, regardless of social rank and social position, if he commit wrong and immoral thing, he will get negative results. If he commit good and wholesome action, then he will get positive consequence. That's what the Sutta want to say. It's very wonderful and very wonderful universal teaching. Now let's go ahead to the next item, Ingotra Nikaya Chakka Nipada, the book of 6, and Patama and Dutiya Nirya Sutta. So this is about hell in heaven. And it's also very simple. So you just only read through the notes and very simple. You don't need to note it from memory. You just only read through. Okay, now the book of 8. Ingotra Nikaya Atthaka Nipada, the book of 8. Let's go to the book of 8. Okay, now let me explain. This sutta explains residual consequence of bad conduct. Now you can see that below 3 bodily misconduct when you repeatedly committed. 1, killing can lead to the shortness of lifespan in the future reverts. 2, stealing can lead to the loss of one's wealth in the future riba, and also being cheated or being one's property taken away by fraudsters and scammers and by bad guys. And number 3, adultery can lead to unhappy marriage. This is a very simple one, but an explanation by having hostile condition of the spouse. In Buddhist text, it is called the Pali word is sapati, sapata wada, wasa. Sa means similar, pata means husband or enemy. Wasa means living in a hostile household with one's wife or with the other people, always being troublesome and causing unhappiness. So in short, adultery can lead to unhappy marriage because adultery itself can bring unhappiness to the involved people, husband and housewife. So that's why Buddha clearly mentioned adultery can lead to unhappy marriage. Okay, now let's go ahead and study residual effect of the four Bhava misconduct. 1. Lying can lead to having false accusations, having received false accusation. 2. Slandering, speech aimed at division among friends, can lead to being separated from one's friend. Now, next page. Next page. Number 3, harsh speech can lead to having unpleasant sound and very coarse voice. And number 4, frivolous talk can lead to having distrust by others. Now the last one, what I said, this is number 10, alcoholic drinks and narcotic drug. Occasional drinking is not problem. You may want to ask the question regarding this, but alcoholic drink, if consumed repeatedly in everyday basis, and lockdown use of narcotic drugs can lead to many social, emotional, spiritual problems. In Buddhist text, Buddha mentioned the most minimum consequence of this kind of drinking alcohol and use of narcotic drug can lead to madness and the future reward. They will be born with a very weak mind and always brittle and always got easily upset, always got easily irritated, like a 1-year-old's child's mind. So it can lead to a lot of mental problems. This is what Buddha has said. In the previous week, I have not explained this. That's why I explain you. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead to Anguttara Nikaya, the book of 10, item number 1, Mahali Sutta, Mahali, the cause for sinful and virtuous deeds. Okay, now let's read it. I will read for you. The cause in doing and occurring of evil and unwholesome act. Number 1, love, greed. Number 2, dosa, animosity. Number 3, moha, ignorance or delusion. Number 4, ayoniso, manasikara, the wrong attitude. Pali wo ayoniso, not properly. Manasi means the mind. Kara means keeping the mind improperly. In English, the wrong attitude. Now, number 5, Mecha Panida Cheda, unmanaged, wrongly directed mental states. So these 5 are the cause for all bad action. Now the cause of the good action, wholesome acts. 1, alava non-greed, opposite of the greed. 2, adosa, loving goodwill. 3, amoha, knowledge and wisdom. 4, yoniso manasikara, the right attitudes. And 5, samapanihita citta, well managed, rightly directed mental state. This is quite interesting. You have to familiarize this so that you can progress in your spiritual life. Especially Yoniso Manasikara, and very important, everyday important. Other cows you study it. Okay, now let's go ahead to item number 2. Item number 2. Patama Dudiya Niriya Saga Sudha. 10 causes leading to hell and Bariba. This is 10 misconduct. These are 10 misconduct. 10 causes leading to heaven and good river. These are 10 good conduct. So you already know what are 10 misconduct, what are 10 good conducts. Now let's go to the item number 1, Adama Jriya. Sudha, conduct contrary to Dhamma, reasons for being revolved in hell and good river. Often misconducts. 3 bodily misconducts are called bodily acts, which are against the righteousness and not fair but crooked. 4 bhava misconducts are called bhava acts, which are against the righteousness and fairness. Very bad mental states are called mental states which are against the law of righteousness and fairness. All these 10 misconducts are called wrong and crooked acts, which can lead to bad results and reward. Of 10 good conduct, 3 morally good conduct, 4 good bhava conducts, 3 good mental states are called righteous dhamma and fairness dhamma. All these 10 good conducts are called right and fair acts, which can lead to good result. And very simple note, and not difficult one. Okay, now let's go ahead to item number 2, Samenya Sutta. Samenya Sutta. Let's go ahead. Samanya Sutta. Similarity in action leading to hell and heaven. Okay, yeah, I want to explain you a little bit. This sutta is similar to the preceding sutta, but it becomes more detailed. Why? Because it mentions about 4 modes of action. Number 1, the first mode, doing bad action by oneself. B, or number 2, causing others or commanding others to do bad things by proxy. So this number 2 is by proxy. C, number 3, rejoicing and being happy in the bad actions of others. And then D, number 4, praising or encouraging and recommending of doing bad things. This way, it has 4 modes. 10 misconducts multiplied by 4, it becomes 40 misconducts. So opposite of this, you can multiply good conduct altogether 40 good conduct. You multiply by 4 modes of action. 5, 1 personally do it oneself. Second, 1 do it by proxy. Number 3, 1 take happiness, take joy in other people's action. Number 4, 1 recommends and advice to do good or bad thing. These are 4 modes of action. Once you understand that, ordinary good conduct and bad conduct are altogether 40 each. Doing oneself, doing by proxy, taking joy, advising and encouraging and recommending to do good or bad thing. So you will understand more in more broader perspective. Okay, now let's go to next page. Next page. Okay. Siddhartha Sutta to study from Majjhima Nikaya. I haven't explained you this in the previous week, so we are going to explain this one. Sula Karma Vibhanga Sutta, shorter exposition of karma action. This is some of the minor analysis on the teaching of karma. In this sutta, Buddha explained 7 points inequality of the human world. You just only need to run through the notes and familiarize yourself what is taught in Buddhist texts regarding inequality. Even though there are many contributing complex factors, Buddha only explained major one. For example, those who have lived short life, they might have done killing. Those who have lived long life, they may have avoided, and they may have been compassion, they may have avoided killing, they may have been compassionate. But in today's view from medical science, there will be some sort of a very differing, very view, such as diet, lifestyle, exercise, mental condition, etc. Or genetic maybe also contributing factor. But in Buddhist, the explanation is from spiritual perspective. So you have to understand this different. We are studying the teaching of the Buddha from spiritual perspective. So you just see from spiritual perspective. Okay, now you later on you run through these notes of the uh, minor karmic analysis. Now let's go to next item. Let's go to next item. Next item. Next item. Next page.
There's a bit of a delay.
Next page. Not yet. Okay. Okay, now. Item number 2, Mahakama Vibhinga Sutta. Okay, please revert. You have gone too far. You have gone too far. Just okay. Please go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. Oh no, not yet. Go back. Go back. Please go back. Okay, middle Mahakama Vibhinga Sutta. Mahakama Vibhinga Sutta. Not Brahma Sutta yet. The item before this one. Not yet. Just go back a little bit. Okay, stop. Item number 2, Mahakama Vibhinga Sutta, the greater expositions of karma, this action. This is some of major analysis on the teaching of karma. You just only need this short note. It's very profound. And very profound in explanations of the Buddha is very deep regarding some controversial consequence of action and karma. Buddha explained in this sutta about it. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead to Prabhupada Sutta. Prabhupada, the downfall. Go ahead. Let's go ahead. Don't go back. Let's go ahead. Prabhupada Sutta. Prabhupada Sutta. Okay. No. Not going back. Oh, go ahead. Please go ahead. Corey, can you hear me? Please go ahead.
So going past this.
Corey, I think it's number 6 selected sutta.
Please go ahead.
There's a Prarabhara Baba Sutta.
Hello, Corey. Hello, Corey. Hey, please go ahead to Prabhupada Sutta. Okay, Prabhupada Sutta. Oh, okay, now let me go ahead. I can see it. I can see it now. This Sutta, Prabhupada Sutta, in the last week, you have studied this already. I have translated. Yes, Prabhupada Sutta. And this one is a little bit different because I have translated, remodifying the Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation so that you can understand more easily. So I think we need to go through all this note. I don't need to explain. Prabhupada Sutta is very simple. Once you have run through all these notes, it's easy. If you have a question, later you can ask me. Okay, please go ahead. Corey, what's the last sutta?
The Vasala Sutta.
Yeah, no, I cannot hear you. Yeah, please, let's go ahead to what's the last sutta? Next sutta. What's the last sutta? Go ahead. Please go ahead. Okay. Your boy is irritated in the internet. Internet connection not good. Okay. What's the last sutta? Okay. And now let's study what's last sutta. In this sutta, Buddha mentioned what kind of person has a mean and based on that. In this sutta, I have a little bit modified the translation. So you just read through all this. Okay, we can stop Metta Sutta. Metta Sutta, loving kindness. Loving kindness, okay, we only read to go to, we only read through all these things. So let's go have some rest. Hello? Hello, Gauri, can you hear me? Internet connection is no good actually.
We can hear
Hello?
you, Sayadaw.
So the Prabhupada Sutta and Swasala Sutta and Mingla Sutta are very good one. I have already provided with the notes. I hope the student can hear me on computer. Oh, really? Okay. I'm worried about that. So I would like to go to the Mangala Sutta. Mangala Sutta, the blessing. Okay, Mangala Sutta. Mangala Sutta. Mangala Sutta. Let's go to the Mangala Sutta. Hello? Please go back to Mangala Sutta.
Sayadaw, we are on that page, but I think your screen, it will be a little bit slow.
Hello? Mangala Sutta. I see. Yeah, that's why I'm especially internet connection and satellite connection, so not good. Okay. Mangala Sutta, okay. I got it. I got it now. Okay. Now you can go through the Mangala Sutta, blessing, as which can lead to blessing. I make this short note, and I make my own concise translation of this one so that you can understand. Once you are able to read all these pages regarding the blessing, you will have very wonderful understanding of the blessing. So I don't want to explain. I don't need to explain. You just only go through the notes. Now let's go to the last one. Corey, please go to the after blessing. Mangala Sutta. 4 factors of a blameless speech. 1. Being well spoken, aim at having beneficial result. 2. Being related to Dhamma, righteousness. 3. Being pleasant. 4. Being truthful. These 4 characteristics are for the well-spoken words. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead to Sila Sura to study from Iti Vodka Bali text. Punya Kriya Vutu Sutta, 3 major ground for making merit. 1. Giving charity. 2. Morality. 3. Spiritual development. These are 3 major grounds for making merit. Okay, now dosrita misconduct, item number 2. 1. Bodily misconduct. 2. Verbal misconduct. 3. Mental misconduct. These are very simple and easy. I think all these are like the repeated ones. So you just only read through these notes. And let's go to the 5. Aspiring for happiness. Aspiring for happiness. Okay. If one wants to be happy, sorry, keep one's good moral preserved if one wish praise. 2. Keep good moral if one wish prosperity. 3. Keep good moral if one wish to be reborn in the heaven in a good reward. In this Sutta, Buddha emphasized good morality. Okay, now let's go to the last one, Andramala, inner stay. Inner stay in the last one. 3 in mental state, Buddha said, once in staying, once in a foe, once in enemy, once in killers, once in opponent. They are Loba, Dosa, Moha. I hope you already learned this one. Now let's have a breakdown. Let's have a breakdown.
Okay, Sado.
Hello?
Yes, Sado. We will
Let's have a
break for
breakdown.
15 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes. Okay. We come
Okay.
back in 20 minutes. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Thank you, Sado.
Everyone is on now.
I think that maybe a couple of minutes more.
Yes.
I think, Corey, we have already studied the notes on Siddhartha Suttas. So we should start going to the course material. Course material.
Right. And you didn't
We
send
should
me
read
anything
the
to.
course material, ethic and social welfare. Ethic and social welfare. Hello? Chapter 7.
I think Corey is looking.
Chapter 7.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Corey is looking for it.
Okay. Chapter 7, Ethic and Social Welfare.
Is it on this same note sheet that you gave us?
7. Chapter 7, Ethic and Social Welfare. Can you find it?
Getting there. I'm trying to.
Okay, now we are going to the
If you want to
chapter
start, I'll get
7,
it.
ethic and social welfare. Now let's study ethic and social welfare. But I don't see the screen. I don't see the screen yet, Corey.
Don't
I
have it
don't
ready.
see screen yet. No screen. Okay, good. Good. Now let's go ahead. Ethic and social welfare are related because without ethic there will be no social welfare. This is only theoretical explanation. Now let's study this one. Ethic and moral codes are very much important necessary for humanity as they clearly delineate and define the way the way of human beings from that of animals in the animal kingdom. Without them, humanity will not be different from other living creatures on this planet. Okay, you can read through all these, and you can make a short notes. Among the short notes I want you to do is the effects of ethic and morality. And in this paragraph, under this heading, effect of ethic and morality, you will see the consequence of two consequent mission. Consequent mission in the paragraph. The first consequence is well-being and this visible present life. And the second benefit is more metaphysical benefit. Metaphysical benefit in the journey of life and the unknown journey of life. So you see these two major benefits, positive effects of ethic and morality. You just make note that it is the duty of each good person and the society to respect and observe ethic and moral practice. This sense of assigned duty is born out of moral conscience and social responsibility toward oneself and fellow members of the community. So we have the duty. Why everybody need to have the duty to respect and observe ethic and moral preserves out of a desire for well-being of oneself and fellow human beings. And what Buddhist texts say regarding the benefit or the effect of ethic. Now in the note, you see the first one is data dharma hita, and data dharma means visible life. Hita means well-being in this visible life. And the second benefit, the other benefit is called the samprayika hita. Samprayika hita means well-being in the next phase of unknown journey of life. Although this word, Pali word is interpreted as unknown and unseen, it also means the mind and mental conditions, other unknown thing, unknown nature of the happy condition. So you have to understand good effects of ethic is twofold. One is visible, the other is invisible. Visible one, which you can see in your daily society, such as joy, happiness, receiving respect from other people, and being treated you as a very good person, etc. And also happiness for the family and friends. And unseen unknown benefit is mental joy, mental happiness. And when you practice meditation, your meditation progress smoothly. These are unseen, but you can feel it. The next slide, the benefit which you have to experience next slide is forget about because we cannot see it, even though it does exist, according to Buddha's teaching. Now, consequence of immorality, they are already mentioned on the note, five consequences of immorality. You have already studied in this notes of selected sutta, loss of wealth, disgrace, vanity, etc. So you just only need to read through all this because you have studied it in selected notes. So next page, next page. Let's go to next page. The consequence of morality and ethicality, there are 5 benefits mentioned in this page. These 5 benefits and 5 consequences you have already studied in the notes of the Siddhartha Sutta. Now you can read through it. Gain of wealth, inconsistent social success due to diligence and good conduct. 2, earning a good name and reputation due to moral integrity. 3, being able to get involved in the public interaction with confidence. And 4, being confused at the moment of death due to having a clear conscience associated with good deeds. And 5, being rewarded in a good destiny of reward, such as having a good human life. These consequences are you already familiar. So no, well, I don't need to explain much further. Okay, social impact and social welfare. I think some of you already have studied this and read through all this. So basic benefit, basic social impact is having a good social condition in the society and leading slowly to social welfare. Regarding this, I have a point. I have taken one example of adultery in the household. And adultery acts can bring a lot of problem, a lot of suffering, not only to those two people, but also the family members such as children and also all the relatives. And so social impact of the immorality is very clear. In the same way, conversely, the benefit and positive consequence of moral and ethical conducts are endless because they happen in many ways, in various forms of joy, being free from guilt, and having social harmony in the personal life and family life and social life. Um, these are the benefits. So very simple one, you can summarize. Okay, now down to next page. Turn to next page. Okay, now spiritual impact. What is the spiritual impact? Spiritual impact of the moral and being ethical is very simple. It is having joy in everyone involved. First, one feel joy and happiness personally. An ethical act, a moral act, brings joy and happiness to everyone concerned, everyone involved. In the same way, immoral acts also bring suffering and happiness, especially when we practice meditation. Spiritual impact is more noticeable. A person with a good moral conduct make good progress in meditation. Why? A person of good conduct, a good moral, his mind is very clear and free from any kind of bad feeling, such as guilt and remorse. He can easily focus on the object of meditation more easily because his mind is sacred. His mind is empowered. His mind is empowered with the moral energy. So he make good progress. He can practice meditation smoothly. This is a spiritual impact. Now, moral training and precept. Moral training and precepts are the first important steps in spiritual training. Buddha emphasized moral, moral precepts and morality as the necessary foundation, like a gardening and farming process. When we are going to plant crops or the trees or the flowers, we need to start with the groundwork. We need to clear the land. We need to till the land. We need to add nutrients, nutritious soil nutrients into the soil, and then we can plant. In the same way, a person is like a land, a garden. When he want to reap good benefit and plant good trees of joy and peace, he must morally prepare. He must prepare himself morally. He has to start with the moral training. And after moral training, and the mind become more calm, focused, peaceful, and strong. In the in this book, it clearly mentioned about how why the moral training can contribute to the progress in one's spiritual training. You can read through this, and you can read through all this. Okay, now let's go ahead to effects of morality. Effects of morality in Buddhist tech is very simple way. First, if you have moral precept, your conscience is clear. A clear conscience lead to joy and calm. A calm and joy of mind develop concentration, lead to develop more concentration. And with a strong concentration, insight knowledge and wisdom develop. With insight knowledge, one can see oneself clearly, such as this body is not permanent body. This body is only a temporary phenomena, which happens as a manifested form of karmic energy and spiritual force as a result of the past causes. And all this is subject to being arising and passing away. Nothing is permanent. One develops such kind of deep realization. Once a person develops deep realization, one will no longer hold onto anything, even one's own body. He no longer cling to one's own body as a permanent, eternal property. He will clearly see this body and this life is just only temporary experience, which is very much subject to arising and passing away constantly. Once a person develops such kind of deep realization and deep understanding, his mind, his intellect will be liberated from the permanent clinging and permanent attachment, permanent ego. In this way, he can live through all good and bad situations in a very composed and calm and peaceful manner. That's how one can make a spiritual progress, starting with the moral precept. Now you can read through, you just only familiarize with a simple explanation of this. Okay, now next page. Turn to next page. Okay. Buddhist ethic related to religion. This one we have already explained in the last week. Buddhist ethic related to religion. It is multiple. Now let me explain again. Ethic for monastic, ethic for lay people. There are two kind of ethic. Ethic for monastic is explained in very big volume, large volume of the Buddhist text called the Vinaya Pitaka. Altogether, the monks has to follow 227 rules. Female monastics has to observe 311 rules. And all these are made for the monastic ethic. Layman's ethic, please go ahead. Please go ahead to next paragraph. Or preserve for novice. Preserve for novice. Preserve for novice altogether 10. Altogether then, you read through this. Once you read through this, novice precept, you will understand. Okay, altogether 10 precepts. Okay, let's turn, go next page. Go to next page. Ethic for laity. Ethic for lay people. Ethic for lay people are two kinds. There are two kinds of ethic for lay people. The first one is basic precept. Basic precepts are 5 precepts. 5 precepts, you already understand this. They are minimum requirement. Now, number 2, special precept. Special precepts are those intended for intensive, more dedicated efforts. When you need to observe these special precepts, on the spot day, on the certain occasion. For example, when we are doing the intensive meditation retreat, when we are entering into a special kind of the commitment to practice meditation for a longer period of time, then you better observe the special precepts such as 8 or 9 precepts. Okay, now please go ahead to basic precept. Basic precepts are 5 precepts. So very simple: not killing, not stealing, no adultery, no lies, no alcohol and narcotic drugs. These are everyday precepts. We have to observe the everyday 5 precepts as a layman. Once you are able to observe these 5 precepts, you are called the one who observe the noble Dhamma, Ariya Dhamma, or Guru Dhamma. It's very good in many ways. It can make your conduct more controlled, more well managed, and you can lead a pure life. So there are a lot of benefits. You have already learned those benefits. Now let's be next page. Next page. Basic 8 precepts for adults and youths. Basic 8 precepts. Basic 8 precepts in this case, the first 5 are 5 precepts. The first three are 3 good bodily conducts. From number 4, 5, 6, 7 are 4 good speech or good verbal conducts. Altogether 7. And number 8 is abstaining from making wrong livelihood or earning right livelihood, earning good life income, life profession, choosing the right profession. These are 8 precepts for the young people. Okay, now let's go to the special precepts. Special precepts are 8. 8 precepts: 1, abstaining from killing; 2, no stealing; 3, no sex. 4, no lies. 5, no alcohol, no narcotic drug. 6, eating, no eating after midday till next day dawn. And 7, abstaining from dance, singing, playing music, enjoying entertainment show, beautifying oneself by putting on makeup. And number 8, abstaining from using luxurious vets. These need some explanation for some people. Later on, you can ask question regarding this. Now, 9 precepts. 9 precepts and 8 precepts are mostly observed by the devout lay people when they are observing Sabbath and fasting on Sabbath day, or when they are practicing meditation for 3 days or 8 days or 40 days, etc. So the 8 precepts, and you for 9 precepts you add metta, loving kindness. Then altogether it becomes 9 precepts. Okay, down to next page. Down to next. Okay, 9 precepts. 9 precepts are very simple. Okay, this one is called the 9 precept. You add metta in addition to the 8 precept. This is called the 9 precept. When you are going observing this 9 precept, you have to practice metta meditation. Metta meditation as a daily routine during the your fasting process. This way you earn more merit. Okay, now okay, let's go to next chapter, chapter 9. All the economic and society. I I hope you have already run through this chapter. In this chapter, political, economic are things which we cannot avoid. Even though we are not interested in politics, we sometimes we will be affected by the bad politic and good politic. So bad politic, good politics are based on the goodwill and bad will of the politicians and those who are serving in administrative section. In this chapter, I have already explained very briefly how society is always interconnected with the two important things, politics and economic. Regarding politics, I have explained good politics and bad politics because bad politics and bad economics are interrelated. In the same way, good politics and good economics are interrelated. In addition, politicians who are implementing the political ideas are very important. If they have a lot of goodwill, and then it can lead to a lot of good, a lot of joy. If the politicians who are implementing political ideas have bad mental condition, such as arrogancy, selfishness, poor knowledge, poor information, and bad education, they will not be good politicians. They will be bad politicians instead. So bad politicians will create a lot of us problem and a lot of suffering. But in today's time, we have a complex factor. You see there, we have the virus problem happening all over the world due to virus. Everybody is now going through a lot of inconvenience and a lot of suffering, bad economy. So we have a multiple factor, human society and human life. has multiple factors, unknown variables. These unknown variables also plays an important role, but in this course, we have only uh, touched on the some basic aspects. So please don't be confused with the practical condition which is happening in the outside world. In this course, we are only studying the mental conditions and practical real experience. Good mental condition creates good social environment, good practical results. Bad mental conditions of politicians and businessmen create bad practical conditions for other people and all people. This we have only explained about how politics, economic, and society are distinctive patterns of manifestation. Distinctive patterns of manifestation, I mean, why? They are usually manifestation of goodwill and bad mental states. Goodwill lead to good manifestation of the good polity and good economy. Bad will and bad mental states lead to bad politic and bad economic situation and bad practical consequence. Once you understand this, um, you will aware that main purpose and main theme of this course. This course main theme is spiritual progress and moral preparation and moral improvement. That's why we emphasize here only on certain aspects. Human problems and the problems of lives have many complex contributing factors. If you understand this, your knowledge and your wisdom will become more broadened and you will be able to navigate in this very life without being stuck in any kind of suffering. The purpose of Buddha's teaching is to liberate human mind and our intellect from constant entanglement in the narrow egoistic thinking. Once we are able to study the complex issues of life through the perspective of the Buddha's teaching, you will have a new, fresh understanding how you can move through, how you can live through all this kind of uh, good and bad situation. You can find out a good solution. You can stand on the middle ground and golden mean so that you can balance your views and your action. This is what I want to uh, say in this chapter. So you just need to read through this chapter, politics and economic and society. And briefly, you just only make certain summation and summary. Then, so that's enough for this chapter. Okay, now let's go next page. Turn to next page, the last page. Cult politics in Buddhism. This one is very important. And I hope you have already this page ready or in front of you. From the perspective of Buddhism, good politics is marked by and built on 10 important fundamental principles known as Raja Dharma, the way of kings or government. They are number one, the first one is dana, act of charity toward the needy and those in suffering. Two, sila, moral integrity, strict adherence to moral principle. In this case, we can add to the more sticking, adhering to the law, so that it will be more broader, not only moral principle, and also adherence to the law. Number 3, parichaga. Parichaga means funding. Make necessary funding, distribution of necessary fund wherever necessary to the group of people in this case, but not in, and this is only from ancient interpretation. In a wider society, Presaga means distribution of wealth fund to the necessary points of the society. And 4, Ijwad. Ijwad means straightforward, being straightforward and transparent in actions, in setting up the policy. And 5, Madwad. Madwad means being polite and skillful in matters of public communication and public relations without ever resorting to any force. So Madhva originally means politeness. And 6, Daba. Daba means austerity and modesty. Austerity and modesty for what? Sometimes a leader has to have the good example, and sometimes the whole country need to go through the very strict measure of austerity to overcome a bad situation. So Daba is number 6 principle. Number 7, Agoda. Not reacting in anger, but reacting by being based on goodwill. Number 8, Avihensa, non-violence toward people. And number 9, patience and perseverance in running the affairs of the country. Number 10, Avirotana, not going against the majority will of the people. So respecting the will of public opinion. Respecting public opinion. This is what it means. So altogether, these are very important 10 principles mentioned in Buddhist, which have been practiced more than 25 centuries ago. They are still relevant and still applicable, but from modern perspective, with a modern interpretation, to make it more relevant and more applicable. Now let's conclude this chapter. Okay, now chapter 10. Chapter 10, we intended for this one and March 29, but we better go ahead. I hope some of you have already run through this chapter. Now let's go to the ethical responsibility and social relation. Okay, ethical responsibility and social relations. Okay, stop here. Ethical responsibility of parents, and there are 5 kind of responsibility. The first one is restrain them from whatever is wrong and evil, whatever is harmful. 2, instruct them whatever is right and whatever is good. 3, provide them to get a good education and necessary training for a profession and livelihood. This way they will be prepared for their adult life, grown-up years. And number 4, help children get suitable marriage. This number 4, I think, may be strange for people in the West. But in the Asian community, marriage of the children are usually arranged by parents in the earlier days. But nowadays, most young people, they choose their own friends and their own spouse by themselves. So it is a common, even in Asia, the Asian customs are no longer followed. Now, number 5, pass inheritance at the right and due time. So a parent has to pass inheritance. In the West, it is not necessary. You just only need to give them education. So this is from the Buddhist text, from the Buddha's teaching. Even though all parents will not be able to fulfill this kind of 5 responsibility, most of these responsibilities toward the children by the parents. Now the children's responsibility toward the parents. Here you will see, 1, support all parents in the way they greatly emphasize to take care of one's parents, because parents are equal to the Buddha, equal to the divine beings. They have a lot of goodwill, they have made a lot of sacrifice for their children. So every good child must respect and appreciate parents. They must also support. When the parents are getting old, when they can no longer love, so this is number 1 duty is support. Number 2, do whatever is necessary, such as driving into the clinic and doing necessary things for the parents. But in the West, most parents, when they are getting old, usually are looked after in nursing home. This is also okay, acceptable. If the children arrange it, it's good. And number 3, respect and maintain family lineage and tradition. Respect and maintain very wide thing. It needs a lot of explanation. What kind of lineage and tradition? Especially family, good custom, and good cultural thing, and good social heritage, social tradition. You should not neglect and you should not insult. Instead, you should respect as a child to all the family traditions. And number 4, manage inheritance passed by parents wisely. This is also I hope this is very simple to understand. Once you got anything from parents, such as some material assets, you must manage it, because it is hard-earned money, hard-earned asset of the parent. So you have to cherish it. You must not squander, you must not waste it. Number 5, and this one is more concerned with the religious action. When the parents pass away, children need to do meritoriety for them, pray for them. This is like a traditional custom handed down from generation to generation, even before Buddha's time. The Buddha accepted and incorporated this tradition. So when the parents are gone, and you do some charitable deed in memory of them, and so that it is a proper way of the honoring, a proper way of remembering them. This is from social perspective. From religious perspective, it is a necessary for children to do meritoriety and to share the merit for them. Share the merit, and sharing of the merit, it needs explanation, because this is a very strange concept in the Western society. How one can share the merit, you just share your good action, not not out of the desire to impress, but just only to let other people be join us in your good deed, so that they develop goodwill, they also earn merit. This is the purpose of sharing good deeds. In addition, in Buddhist texts, there are important texts called the Pedawatu. Pedawatu means the incidents of the departed ones. It is quite big record of the incidents happened during Buddha's time. Those who pass away, sometimes they come back in their dreams. Sometimes they come in, they show their appearance to their relatives. Those, sometimes they show in the sad condition, sometimes they show in good condition. And depending on those conditions, and remaining relatives perform meritorious deed, and they share the merit. They try to transfer spiritual energy, good spiritual energy out of meritorious deed to those uh, departed one. This way they receive the benefits in their heavenly abode. That's why we have to perform meritorious deed. It's a little bit complex. You may not be able to understand it deep in detail. So I just only explain it a little bit. Sharing of the merit is a practice among the Buddhist community. Now let's go ahead. Next page. Ethical responsibility of teacher. A teacher is someone with goodwill and good intention for the students. So he must be ready to share the knowledge with the student. So there are altogether 5 responsibilities. Teach and guide them well. 2, let them learn thoroughly. So in order to learn thoroughly, we have to teach them thoroughly. And 3, instruct them in every aspect of subject they study, without hiding, anything. In the ancient time, they have certain kind of secret they keep to themselves. They don't share all of the knowledge. They just only share some basic knowledge. A true teacher must teach every aspect of the subject. And 4, introduce them to their friends for further progress, for further study. And 5, ensure that students are safe and sound in every direction of the path they choose. So this does not mean a teacher always following and guiding, but you just teacher need to instruct general aspect of a certain direction of a profession one choose. So now let's go ahead to the responsibility of the pupil to the teacher. The first duty is a rise to salute. And this is everywhere. All the students, they usually show respect in the form of the standing up and greeting. And this is very wonderful courtesy. And number 2, wait upon them to attend to their need. This is also very simple to understand. And 3, be eager and keen to learn. 4, look after teacher if necessary. So this is a neat explanation. What kind of thing, what does it mean to look after? To look after means that as long as you are studying, you have to give support, whatever he may need, such as teaching material or some also running errand, etc. You don't need to look after all his life, but it depends on situations. So number 5, learn and study with the seriousness and care so that you can grasp all the lessons. You can familiarize what you have studied. These are 5 responsibilities of the students. This is for the teacher-student relationship responsibility. Now let's study husband and his wife. Husband and his wife are related in the marriage by 2 strangers. Because they are 2 strangers, their relationship need to have strong foundation. And the duty of the husband to a wife, now you have the 5 responsibility. The first one is to adore her, to respect her. In Pali, it is more complete. In Pali, the first one is called Sammana. Sam means well, Mana means adore. You must adore well to one's own wife. Second responsibility in Pali is called Anna wa Manana. Anna means not. Wa Manana, look down. Don't look down to your wife. Don't look down to your wife. Why Buddha said this? In the long-term relationship, sometimes slowly people begin to see faults, shortcomings. When a person starts seeing some shortcoming he cannot agree, he don't like, then problems started. So Buddha said, don't look down to one's own wife. Instead, respect and appreciate her position as a wife. Treat her as a would-be mother. Treat her like your own mother because they belong to mother folk. They are the mother of the world, the mother of new generations. So wife is to be respected, to be appreciated, not to look down. So this is second responsibility is also very important. And number 3, be faithful. Be faithful. In Pali, it's called Nati Sriya. Na means not. Ti means beyond. Sriya means go. Do not go beyond. Do not go beyond your wife. Do not go beyond your parents. So it means that you must always have a limit. You must have this wonderful moral limit is not going out of your marriage for someone else. Instead, you must be loyal, faithful, and devoted to one's wife. This is the way of the way of good people, the way of saintly people, sticking to one's wife and devoting her and respecting her is very important characteristic of a good person. So number 4, give necessary authority in management of house affair. What kind of house affair to give authority? Regarding this, in Buddhist, there is explained about the kitchen, household, basic household management, very important to give authority to the wife. And number 5, responsibility, provide her with her needs. The needs in this case are multiple: material need and spiritual need. A husband need to fulfill all these kind of material needs and spiritual needs of a wife. If a husband follows these 5 responsibility, he will be like a divine being and an angel, enjoy not only in this life, but also he will receive the blessing in the next phase of life. Okay, now let's conclude the 5 responsibility of the husband. Now let me explain to you the responsibility of the wife to her husband. Number 1, do necessary things well. Do necessary things well means manage all the necessary things of the household. Household management, number 1 responsibility, good household management. A wife need to perform good household management. Number 2, deal skillfully with the relatives from both sides without causing any conflict. This is a very, very important. Okay, and in Pali this is called the Susanghita Prijana. Susanghita means well managed. Prijana means in-laws and relatives from both sides. We have to treat all the relatives from both sides skillfully without causing problem. Now, number 3 responsibility is be faithful and loyal to the husband. This is also very important. Without loyalty, without being faithful, a marriage will break down. And number 4, save and protect earnings and assets well. This means that once two people got married in their marriage, they become family. A family need to have good future. They need to have good future. To have good future, they need to have good planning. They need to have good planning. Without good planning, the family will not be happy. So it need to have good planning. And number 5, be active and skillful in managing family household. This is number 5 responsibility. Altogether, these are 5 responsibility of the wife to her husband. And there, in today's time, from today's perspective, there may be a lot of other things, additional things. But this is what is explained in Buddhist text. I hope you understand this very simple responsibility. Now, let's go to the ethical responsibility of a friend. Okay, share what one can. Number 1 is responsibility. Number 2, speak nicely of him. Number 3, help when needed. Number 4, treat a friend with a mutual goodwill. Number 5, keep one's word. So I want to explain you a little bit. Number 1, a friend must be ready to share with his friend, to share what one can. We don't need to share everything. We just only share what we can. And number 2, speak nicely of him. This means that both in front of the friend and both behind the back of the friend, we must speak well of the friend. In the world, there are some people who always used to speak ill regarding a friend when there's no one. They just speak badly about their own friend. So we should not do like this.
Not right either.
We
But
must
you
always
fix
speak
that later.
nicely of our friend. So number
Yeah.
3, we must offer help when necessary. And number 4, always treat a friend with a mutual goodwill. Mutual goodwill in times of bad situation, we must not forsake. In time of good situation, we must share. Most friends in the world are fair weather friends. When the situation is good, they are friends. When situation is bad, sometimes most friends they run away. So this is what it means by this number 4 responsibility: mutual goodwill and mutual respect. Keep in times of remain always friend in good times and bad times. Number 5, keep one's word. Always keep one's promise to a friend. Say whatever one used to do whatever one used to say. So keep one's promise, keep one's word. Now, reciprocal responsibility of the other friend toward his friend. 1, protect the friend and family when needed. Number 2, protect his belongings when needed. Number 3, offer refuge and support, shelter when needed, especially in times of emergency. Number 4, never abandon in times of danger and emergency. Number 5, care the friend's successive generation of children. So these are traditionally accepted. In Buddhist, Buddha mentioned all these 5 things: 5 responsibility of friend, always trying to protect. Even though the friend is forgetful, we must remind the friend not to be forgetful. When his belongings are in danger, we must protect, even though he may not know it. We must offer refuge and shelter when emergency arises. We must never abandon the friend in times of emergency. We must try to look after their children, successive generations, as long as one's alive. This way, one is fulfilling the 5 responsibility of a friend as a reciprocal responsibility. So now, now let's go ahead to the employer and employee. Employer and employee. The employer's responsibility. Employer responsibility: 1, assign work as per the skill and the capacity of workers. 2, provide them with regular wages and needs. 3, help them when they are sick. 4, share the goodies with them occasionally. 5, give them leave at the proper times. These are 5 responsibilities of the employer mentioned by the Buddha 26 centuries ago. Now, responsibility of employee. Number 1, be early in the work. Don't be late in the work. Number 2, be late in the work means in today's time, do overtime. But in ancient time, there's no overtime. But the employee, they have to finish the work when necessary. That's why it is said, be late in the work. And number 3, take only what is formally given by the owner, by the employer. Do not steal and do not take away anything without knowledge of the employer. Number 4, perform one's assigned work-related duties well. And 5, carry on the complimentary words regarding the work and regarding the employer. Even when an employee is no longer working for the hand, he must speak well of his former employer. So this is what it means. So these are very simple. Now, let's study the ethical responsibility of the clergy. Ethical responsibility of the clergy. Number 1 responsibility is bar them from what is wrong and evil. A monk or religious teacher must always restrain the devotees and community members from the wrong and evil things. And number 2, guide them in good and righteous things. Number 3, nurture goodwill toward devotees. You must, a monk, a bhikkhuni or a nun must keep goodwill toward devotees, such as loving kindness, forgiveness, appreciations, goodwill, good intention toward all the lay people. Number 4, enrich the knowledge and clarify their doubts. This is also very big responsibility. And number 5, lead them on the path to heaven. Okay. All these are 5 responsibility of the religious persons, such as monks, bhikkhunis, and nuns. This way, they are fulfilling these 5 responsibility. And these are very simple, and I hope you understand this very clearly. Later on, you can ask a question. Now, the responsibility of the devotees. First one, treat them in goodwill. And speak with them good. Number 2, speak with them in goodwill. 3, nurture goodwill toward them. Number 4, leave the door open to offer support. 5, support them with the material needs. So these are simple ones. Everyone has a responsibility to each other. If we follow these responsibilities, relationships will be more productive and more beneficial to each other. You need to familiarize basic aspect of the responsibility. You don't need to memorize all these things. You just only need to remember there are certain responsibilities for everyone in the society. We need to fulfill this responsibility. If we are able to fulfill this responsibility, our relationships and our place as a member of the society will be more meaningful and more beneficial, not only to oneself, but also to other people. So may all of you be able to digest some important things of this interpersonal responsibilities, or as mentioned by the Buddha. May you be able to enrich and broaden your knowledge through this course. May you progress in the journey of life. May you get the blessings in daily life. Now let's conclude. Okay, Corey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
So, can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, then let's conclude because I need to have lunch break. Hello?
Yes.
Gauri. Okay, now let's conclude the morning section. Morning section, let's conclude. In the evening session, we start on the afternoon. Because I need to have a yes, I need to have lunch break, lunch time.
Okay,
So we need
Sayadaw, what
we are
time we
going to
start?
start only the okay. What time you want? I think we should start. I think we should start about the afternoon.
1:30.
1:30, 2:30 our time. Yeah, okay. 1:30 your time, 2:30. Okay. Okay, please call me when you are going to start. Okay. 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 Goodbye.
Okay, bye, Sayadaw. See you later.
Okay.